What preconceived notions do you make based purely on what car the person is driving? If you drive a 2001 Chevy Blazer, you probably don't make much money. Source: drive 2001 Chevy Blazer. Same could be said for my 2003 Pontiac Sunfire with no hubcaps. If you have the same model make as I do, you're my buddy. In front of me, merge anytime. Behind me, don't worry, I'll get you through that stale green. But if you drive like a douche or a moron, then you dishonor the clan. All privileges will be lost. If you drive a Chrysler Sebring convertible, I assume that you had a midlife crisis and couldn't afford the car you really wanted. Or you are a branch manager at a mid-sized paper supplier in the Northeast and it is a company car. To this day, whenever I see someone with an H2 or an H3, I just automatically think douchebag. It's not right, I know that. The original Hummers that civilians could purchase were pretty cool, then the H2 came out and it sucked. And in this day and age to still be holding onto one of those is just ridiculous. Whenever I see someone driving an H2, I always think, wow, that dude must be really fun to have political conversations with and probably has a huge dong. What everyone who drives an H2 thinks that everyone thinks when they see someone driving an H2. If they're driving a garbage truck, I assume they have more corn cobs in their vehicle than they're aware of. Well, to be fair, anything's a corn cob if you want it hard enough. Crown Victoria Grand Marquis equals old person or derelict. Gold colored boucle sabre. Also, if I see freaking eyelashes or truck nuts on your vehicle, I dislike you already. Or those goddamn Rudolph noses. If I see anyone driving a Pontiac Aztek, I immediately assume they are a Rim cook. I am the one who honks. VW Jetta, hot girl or gay guy. Nice try, taco. If you drive a Prius, I assume you voted for Obama. I once saw a Prius with a Romney sticker, it blew my mind. If it's a tan gold Toyota Camry, I assume they are Indian. Source: family get-togethers involve multiple gold Camrys in the driveway. The doctors and business owners drive gold Lexuses. Or Asian. Also, if there is a Kleenex box in the back window, then they are definitely Asian according to my Asian wife. Any car that is smothered in stickers or magnets of any sort equals either young and inherited a car, or they are super politically annoying. This applies to both left and right extremes of politics. I don't understand why the drivers of these vehicles want every random stranger behind them to know so much about them. Whoa, this guy is a Republican, likes country music, the Cubs, and his 3 honor student sons take taekwondo down the street. I should follow him so I can introduce myself and we can be best friends. Normal size, slightly scratched and dirty truck equals probably a decent, hard-working human. Thanks. If I see a Mustang and I don't see the driver, I assume it's a high schooler, as half the students in my school seem to drive one. You must live in a pretty wealthy area. Insurance for a high school kid in a sports car is more than the GDP of some small countries. If you drive a BMW, I assume you don't know what a blinker is. BMW equals W. I got a lift with someone in a BMW and he actually said whilst driving very poorly, "Move out of the way, I'm in a Beamer to other cars." Most people who drive big white Escalades are little mom type women, it seems. Minivans are for people with kids. I also assume minivans will travel 10 or more under the speed limit as well as accelerate and take corners excruciatingly slow. If you have big nuts hanging off the back of your truck, then you probably don't have big ones hanging between your legs. Dodge neon, surely white trash. I'm a terrible person, I know. I see people that know how to take good care of their car when I see neons still on the road. Bugatti means the driver is richer than me. If you are driving a black 1984 Trans Am, I will assume you are Knight Rider. Or the Bandit. If you own a Nissan Juke, then there's clearly something wrong with your eyes and you shouldn't be on the road. Any guy driving an Echo or Yaris has a massive dong and he's just trying to make up for it. Seriously, I knew a guy at my last job who was the most content person I've ever met. Loved his job, which was pushing papers, genuinely loved his wife, never tried to prove anything, was just a great guy who was perfectly content with life. He drove an Echo. Lincoln drivers are old. and Buicks and Mercurys, although Book may be turning that around. I have a deco and a small piece of paper in my car. Every time a BMW cuts me off without a turn signal I make a dot. Every time some other make of car cuts me off without a signal I make an X. When a BMW passes me and uses the signal I make a circle. Dots, 63, X's, 12, circles, 2. So how many crashes have you had because you were drawing dots and X's while driving? People driving an SUV at 2 miles per hour over a speed bump equals soccer moms. I always assume there's a half-eaten taco somewhere in a tussle. Just because Horatio Sands mentions it in an SNL sketch I can't even recall the plot of. Memory is weird. Used to drive a tussle. That may have been true at least 90% of the time I had that car. VW Beetle. Blonde white girl that wears pink and has fake nails. New VW Beetle. FTFY. BMW M3. Doucher bag who will do something douchy in the next 5 minutes. Never been let down. Volvo station wagon. Hippie. Convertible sport coupe. Sad old man in a midlife crisis broke dong. $1K car $2K rims. BMW M3 wannabe. Volvo station wagon equals coolest man in universe. Bangs everyone in the back. And appreciates the fine Swedish art of boxy reliable bricks. If you drive a PT Cruiser I automatically lose all respect for you. It is a poorly designed, cheap pose. The pathetic attempt to look retro is a thin veil to your obvious lack of automotive knowledge. Otherwise you wouldn't have purchased such an atrocity. There are 2. Volvo. You bought a safe car because you're not a great driver. Prius. Avoid getting behind you because you might be a mega miler and you are attempting to coast to work. I like to go fast in my Prius. Not because I like to drive like a dong. I think I'm a very courteous driver. Always use turn signals. etc. But if I said that you would just think even worse of me for being a liar, so I'm not gonna go there. But because my parents bought it for me. And I'm 17. Us youngins hate slowness. Fiat 500 in the UK means your daddy's girl who passed her test first time and doesn't indicate. If your rims cost more than your car you probably sell drugs. Cananero. You're probably a yellow person. Can you name the truck with 4-wheel drive? Smells like a steak and seats 35. Cananero. Cananero. Every single person that drives a huge lifted up truck is a freaking redneck. The type with big monster truck tires. They have to spin out every time they leave a parking lot. Rev the engine at stoplights. Jackasses. Every single one. Mine was lifted for off-roading. Other than that I drove like normal human. Anytime I see a CarMax license plate frame sticker, I assume the driver either is afraid of negotiating or has been duped by CarMax's marketing. Almost every time I've been car shopping, CarMax had been more expensive than the advertised prices. Egg opening bids from conventional used car dealers. The only time I didn't notice this was when I bought my first car. I bought my first car there and just assumed their no haggle price was the same as what I could get a conventional dealer down to, and therefore skipped even looking elsewhere. Or they have terrible credit. Source: I got my car from CarMax. If you're driving the same car, model, make, color as me, you're super cool. I always want to wave at those people but it seems they never notice. Frick that me. If you drive a Honda S2000 you are probably awesome. Prius equals horrible driver who will not go the speed limit and will cut me off without signaling. Yup, and don't forget that they stay in the left lane. Prius drivers infuriate me. Yellow Hummer equals major douche bag. Audi drivers. I always assume they're going to cut me off at some point or overtake me where it's not allowed just because they're supposedly in a hurry. In general they're a nuisance. I find the Audi drivers generally drive poorly, but the Lexus drivers are the ones actively trying to kill me, especially when I'm on foot or on a bicycle. Big truck equals small dong. Big truck that is scratched and dirty, hard worker. Big truck that has never seen work or dirt, small penis. Light blue, yellow, red or white, or novelty. Bumblebee ladybug, colored VW bug. Preppy high school girl who cheerleads and loves Starbucks or same girl in her 20s. Cobalt SS equals younger guy who thinks he's driving a Corvette. If you have 4 or more bumper stickers on your car, you are probably not the most sane individual. A minivan be wary because they are going to do something stupid. My boyfriend, family, and I completely agree with you. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.